Hello again and welcome to Golden Moments. I'm Bruce Howard. It was 30 years ago, 1988, when the University of Tulsa women's golf team won the last national championship in the legendary career of Coach Dale McNamara. Here's a look at that magical run 30 years ago.
The last NCAA we won in 1988 was really special.
Oh, we had a really special team. We had a couple stud freshmen, and I think I was the only senior. So it was a very hungry team and a very talented team.
I think the 87-88 team was a special group of girls. The five of us generally had great love for one another, unity, cohesiveness. I remember that whole season, fall and spring, we would pump each other up from across the fairway, run across the fairway, high five. We played loud music in the van to every event and just had a special bond, and we just had fun together.
The chemistry that was building in the fall of 1987 for the TU women's golf team was a result of not only talent, but the sting of not even qualifying for the NCAA tournament in the spring of '87.
Fall of '87 was a special, kind of like a new beginning. We had Kelly Robbins, we had Karen Lowe as freshmen, and so they brought a new fire, a young pizzazz, and I was a junior, and so we just connected with them immediately. And Kelly, we just wrapped our arms around her, and Karen, and that whole season was just new, I think. And we had an eagerness because we didn't even make it to NCAA's the year before.
You always learn, you've got to learn something from your bad times and see if you can counteract it, see if you learn anything about it.
We were not happy with not qualifying for the national championship. It hurt, it stung, but then I remember the first tournament of the year in the fall of '87, we were introduced at a tournament, it's at the University of Tulsa, and they named each player, and it was like completely organic, not planned. Each player stood on their chair and stood up to be introduced. And it was like, we're here, watch out.
We knew at every tournament when we stepped on the site, the other teams were looking at us to beat us. It was phenomenal. We were that good.
Talented freshman Karen Lowe and Kelly Robbins joined veterans Blue Canander, Maggie Kelt, and Melissa McNamara. And of course, head coach Dale McNamara knew how to win big with 3 national titles to her credit. Tulsa won 2 tournaments in the fall and 1 more early in the spring. Then came the final tournament before the NCAAs at Arizona State. TU led the first 2 rounds but shot a final round 317 and finished second.
I remember that one thinking, we stumbled, and Dale just was such a fantastic coach. She never dwelled on the past. She never talked about past stuff. She always pointed us ahead, and I think that's why she was so successful. And we didn't dwell on that last round, and she pumped us up. We knew we could win the NCAAs that year.
My team, we go in there ranked 6th. We didn't really have a great year, but we had a decent year. Played some decent golf, but just didn't quite pull it all together.
I remember we stayed in Tulsa in '88 that spring before we went to Las Cruces, and we all stayed here, and Dale wanted us here, so she didn't want us to go home and be with our families. So we stayed in Tulsa and played Southern Hills a bunch to get ready. We played Cedar Ridge. Practice time was just amazing, playing Southern Hills as much as we wanted. And I think it was Jim Lucius just said, you guys have free reign to come out here. We weren't in school anymore, so we just had dinner together and just bonded.
Then it was off to Las Cruces, New Mexico for the NCAA championships. During a practice round, Coach Dale McNamara noticed something in the distance.
So we were sitting on a practice round, and I looked up on the mountain, and it used to be the New Mexico State Aggies. There's a big A and the white stones, up on the mountain. And I looked at that A, and I don't know what, I said, okay, here it is, here's the key. 3 A's. I said, these A's are important. And so the atmosphere, the attitude, that allows the ability to come through. Those are the 3 A's. And I said, the first 2, atmosphere and attitude, that's my responsibility to see that you have. It's your responsibility to work hard on your ability.
I also remember from that year that we did not play very well the first day. And team competition, you can make up so many strokes in one day, In 3 or 4 holes, you can make up 13, 14, 15 shots. I mean, anything can happen. And so just to really stay in there and keep plugging away, and anything can happen.
With that slow start, TU was in 9th place, 13 shots behind first place Oklahoma State. But the Hurricane charged into 3rd place, only 4 shots off the lead after 2 rounds. And Melissa McNamara was playing great, in the mix for medalist honors.
I remember Melissa just being steady. And I remember Melissa telling us, we got this, you guys need to rally on. And
what I remember, I mean, I putted amazing. I made everything. And everything just felt really good that week. I had prepared well and put myself in this pressure situations that, you know, this is to win the national championship, and just kept replaying those scenarios.
And we just had these great team meetings, and the van rides were amazing, and just everything was positive.
TU made their move in the 3rd round, storming into the lead by 3 shots heading into the final round.
I think we knew then that 3 shots was nothing, and I think we knew we all had to play well, and all 5 of us were under par. So we were winning, but we knew we had to take care of business. And Dale, I remember our team talk the night before was, I wish I had it recorded, because it was just, she basically told us, you guys are going to win, and I know you are, and you're the best out there.
I have never chewed so many Tums in my stomach was absolutely in a roar the whole week. I was just, and then you try to put on the Academy Award, because you don't want them to let you know that you're going nuts.
We had these sweatshirts made up that my mom surprised us with, and it had the TU, and then it had terrific. And those were made because my dad actually, he kind of got us all cranked up, and he goes, what are you? And we'd yell, terrific, what are you, terrific.
We knew we had a chance to win. We've been playing well the whole year. There was a lot of pressure on us, but I think we kept it fun. And Melissa was a big part of that, and so was Dale. And Jim.
There is nothing like the fun of winning. And in the 4th round, the Hurricane was on fire.
I don't know, they just, it all gelled. And it just all pulled together.
But I remember looking for the other girls and doing the fist pump. Dale always had this famous pump up high, and we were doing that to each other across the fairways, and I'll never forget it. And we knew we were all playing well. I don't think I knew exactly, because back then you didn't have the electronic scoring, but I knew everybody was playing well, and that helped me to play better, because I knew Blue was under par, because I could just tell from the walk, the body language, and the fist pumping.
Although never over until the final putt, down the backstretch, TU had a decent grip on the team title and were on their way to a record-setting NCAA total. In fact, the final round, the Hurricane shot a sizzling 10 under par as a team and a new NCAA record championship score. But the question also was, could anchor Melissa McNamara win the individual title?
And I remember before the championship, I've never seen Melissa work so hard on her short game and her putting. Oh my God, she was a wizard during that game. She just absolutely a wizard.
All of us always watch the other ones tee off and finish, and not a lot of teams do that. And so we went back and watched Melissa, and I remember Dale was a nervous wreck. Jim was kind of joking, but they were both nervous, and we watched Melissa come in and win, and I'll never forget it. It was just one of my greatest memories ever.
I would run up with each girl on the 18th hole because I knew we were winning. And I'd go up to the 18th and I'd say, great, and run back down and pick up the next one, you know, track race. And Jim, of course, was back with our daughter.
My fondest memory was walking up the 18th fairway, and I felt like I had the lead. I wasn't really even sure, but I had played quite well that day.
Jim and I are walking up that last hole with Melissa, walking up 18. I had tears in my eyes. I don't remember seeing anything. It was really you couldn't write a better script. It was great.
And my mom and dad were walking hand in hand, and what a special time for me watching that, and probably a pretty special time for my parents.
It was wonderful. It all, you know, it's very rewarding. You're very proud of yourself and everyone involved.
Oh, it's just pure enjoyment. I mean, what a special thing to share with your mom. And I guess because of our love and competitiveness and passion for the game of golf, that to be able to share that with the mother and a daughter is a really, really cool thing, and just unique and special.
We were all excited for Melissa. I mean, that's how much we loved each other. We wanted her to win. And even though we all wanted to win individually, we were so excited for her to win as well as the team. So it was a real unique bond that we all had with each other.
Tulsa's fourth national championship in women's golf 30 years ago.
And that '88 win, I remember running on the green and hugging Melissa and hugging everybody, and all the parents were there, and it's, thinking about it now, it's one of the best memories for me in golf ever.
A lot of fun personalities and just great memories, lots of laughs.
You know, you think back on all the hard work and the joy that you see in the girls, and it was just great. It was great. Winning is always fun.